Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to robmotivejl. Today I've got to take care of a little problem I noticed recently on the new Jeep Wrangler back here. I'm talking about door sill protection. Now, let me show you what I'm talking about as far as the problem. If you look over here on the passenger side, and I don't know why this is, must have happened at the dealership, but if you look at the door sill here, it's not protected. There's nothing covering it up so that the paint doesn't get chipped and scratched and whatever. And you can see it right here. I hope the camera shows it. There's a couple of scratches and even a little bit of a chip out of the paint right there. That's because whoever got out scraped something against there and damaged the paint. Now, real quick, I want to take a look at the driver's side to see if we're having anything like that over here, because we're going to take care of that here in just a minute. On the driver's side, I see a little bit of scuffing right here, but nothing else as far as any kind of chippage or anything like that. Kind of a bummer. I mean, it's a brand new Jeep, right? So what I'm going to do is put on some protection. And what I've got here, and I'll leave a link down below, this is just a roll of adhesive-backed abrasive cover, I guess we'll call this. And what I did is I measured how much I would need, which I calculated to be about 16¼ inches. Unrolled that with the coarse side down, and it does have some coarseness to it. That'll give a little bit of traction should anybody step on it, and I hope no one ever does. But anyway, I just rolled it out, measured 16 inches off, and cut it. Pretty darn simple. All you need to do this is that tape, a tape measure, a knife, a board to cut against or something, and then a little angle is pretty good so that you can square it up, a little square, I guess. And then some rubbing alcohol and a rag. I'm also going to break out a hairdryer because it's a little cool here today, and I want to heat these up so that the adhesive is good and tacky so that it sticks really well. I don't know if that part is really necessary, but we're going to do it anyway. So let's switch over to the hat cam, and we're going to go ahead and get this very simple little thing to protect your door sills taken care of. Okay, first things first, we've got to clean up the area with a little bit of rubbing alcohol. So we're going to do that. Obviously, you want it to be as clean as possible so you get the best chance for adhesion. And mine is not really very dirty, so I'm going to just wipe it down. It's a shame. I know it's a little scratch, but hey, it's still a scratch. And this will be dry before I ever get back here with the decal or tape or cover. There's another little scratch right there. You should never clean your vehicle because when you do, you always find things like this, and they're very irritating, at least for me. So now, I'm going to grab the hairdryer. I'm going to just heat this up a little bit. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the tape, and then we're going to go ahead and put it on. And by the way, I want to have it like just right at the edge of this, because if you close the door, you can see this is all exposed, and you don't want the tape, unless you don't care, rolling down over the edge, because you'll be able to see it, and it will be out here with all of the elements as well. Not that it's not going to get any water underneath here. It would in the rain, but still, I just don't want it to look like that. You could wrap it down here and over. That would be the best to protect the lip of this area. Alright, I have heated everything up the way that I want it anyway. So now I'm just going to try, as I mentioned, to position this kind of at the edge. That's the grand plan. So I really just want to get the edge stuck, and that's not really where I want it. So this stuff is a little forgiving as far as pulling it back off, but not much. So you better kind of try to get it where you want it from the beginning. All right, I think that's going to give me what I want. So let's find out. Again, it's a little forgiving, but not a whole lot. And you saw you can actually pull it off a little bit. So let's go ahead and commit, or maybe be committed, I don't know, whichever. There you go. That's the look that I'm going for, right over the edge of where that little chip was, and kind of, I'm a little off here, but almost even with this edge. I'm happy with the way that is. So, and then you just want to push it down, maybe put a little more heat on it. There is a little bit of a lip here. You can kind of run your fingernails right over that to make sure that you hit that lip. It's not much, but it's there. And then, of course, right across the corner and across the top. And that's it. That's how it's going to look. I think it came out pretty well. Let's see if you can see it from the outside. Not really. Barely, I guess. If you look at the right angle, you could see it from the outside, but not a big deal. I think it fits pretty darn well. Of course, I'm the one that did it, so you know. Anyway, you get the idea. That's how it goes. I'm going to do the other side, and then we'll take a look at both sides. All right, got it all done. A very simple mod to the Jeep Wrangler. Let's take a quick look. We've got you off of hat cam now, by the way. There you go. There's what you get. I think that's a pretty OEM looking type finish myself. You probably would think that this actually came on the Jeep. And again, let's check the outside. If you look real close, I suppose you could see it, but hey, it's a Jeep. That's not a big deal to me. And it's black, so who cares? Let's check the driver's side. The most important side, because that's of course where I get in and out and will see the most action. Same thing, obviously. It looks good on there to me. You can't beat this stuff. I think it's abrasive and sturdy enough that it's not going to come off of there unless you really get on it. And if it did, you just cut another section and put it on. For instance, if this gets damaged for some reason or gets really dirty, if a lot of dirt gets embedded in the crevices, because again, it is abrasive. So it'd give you a little bit of something there, I guess, to grab onto if you need it. Anyway, that's just a quick fix, I guess, to a little bit of a problem on the Wrangler. Some of them I know, I'm sure the higher trim levels, this is the Sport S, probably come with door sill protection. This one did not, and honestly, I'm kind of happy about that because I prefer this stuff more myself. And you can use this on any vehicle. I mean, as long as you've got about 2 inches, 2.5 inches to spare in there, which most do, you can put it on any vehicle. Leave a comment. Let me know. Ever used anything like this? I'd be curious. And how did it hold up? Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.